people need to take responsibility for their own education, but people also need another person just to learn better. So that's why we don't have teachers, we don't have textbooks, we don't have lectures. We have just students and workstations, computers, and projects and time. You are not paying with your money, but you are paying with your time. So it is still very, very hard, and it is commitment.
So you set new standards, basically.
It is new standard of working.
It's not about the dark room sitting and coding.
Basement,
it's about people that are actually exchanging and moving things.
And 42 was, created to shape the industry of the future.
Hi, everyone. Nice to have you here. Aleksandra, Ola, what do you prefer?
Aleksandra, it's very good, but Ola also. So
very
you can
let's keep it distinguished, all right? Let's keep it distinguished. Aleksandra, right? So we have Aleksandra with us here. I will let you introduce yourself, but what I can say right now is that you are the famous director of the famous School 42 in Warsaw that is making huge waves since you arrived on the market, but you will tell us a little bit more about it, right? And Iga.
Hi.
Hi. Also part of the School 42 Warsaw.
Yeah.
You will also introduce yourself. And we know each other for quite some time since you actually launched the school. We are very glad to have you here. I have with me today Ilyes.
Finally.
Ilyes has been waiting ages to be on this podcast. He has seen them all sitting over there, and helping, but he never had the chance to sit here.
I tried every chair in that office, in the studio. This one feels better.
Congratulations.
You made it, man.
So nice. Okay.
So we are super, super glad to have you. So for the ones that don't know me, I'm Walid. And briefly, I'm the CGO of Webellian, Chief Growth Officer, and I'm also the president of the French Tech. But today is not a French Tech podcast, it's a Webellian podcast because we're going to talk about what School 42 does, what you guys do, and that is very special. And I'm not saying that just because you are our guest, but I think you yourself know that is special.
Yeah. Very well, yeah.
Exactly, right? And this is amazing. And so glad to have you here. And not only to have you here because you are special, but because we are also partners. And it was very important for us as Webellian to make sure that we shed some light on you and what you do and how much you are supporting the ecosystem. Because that's what I can say right now. And I hope that's what will transpire out of that interview together and that discussion is to see how much you are bringing to the table with that model of the School 42 that we'll debate today. Please introduce yourself, who you are, and how did you end up in School 42? Iga, Ola, Aleksandra, sorry.
Ola, maybe you as a director.
Okay, as a famous director, I can
Famous
start.
director, exactly.
Show us.
Okay, this is new for me. I'm my first time to be famous.
Okay, so enjoy. Go for it.
So my name is Aleksandra Czetwertyńska. And I'm director of 42 Warsaw for a year right now. But I started as community leader before, so it's not my first role in 42. That's why I know the school from different angles, and I think this is something very good for my role and for our school that I am focusing on leadership and on our vision, but also I really care about our students because, as you said, we are doing something very special and it has ups and downs. Yeah. Why I started working in 42 Warsaw, it's because I really care about adult education. In Poland, it's not so popular, in my opinion, to finish the school after the school and to work, to develop your unique skills. And you stuck with your one job or one work that you have. And it's, you of course, you can live like this, but there's a lot of more in the world and a lot of opportunities. And I work with adults and with this adult education for many years. And I think this 42 school is 42 Warsaw. It's perfect place to use these skills and this knowledge.
How did you get to 42 Warsaw? What's the path for you to get, to become the community lead and then the director of 42 Warsaw, right? What did you do in your life that brought you to that opportunity?
I worked with some NGOs, work with teachers and with librarians. And create some communities for them, also learning communities, small groups of teachers who created their own education materials, for example. All for me huge, 3,000, 4,000 librarians who learn how to use digital competences and how to increase their digital competences. This is my favorite group. I adore libraries and librarians also, and I would love to come back and work with them again because there was a huge adventure. So I get these competencies how to work with adult people who want to learn, and also a lot of knowledge about digital competencies. And that's how I met Octavia. Yes, yes, you know
Hi,
Octavia.
Octavia.
And she invites me to work with her
Yeah.
in 42
And it's hard to refuse Octavia, to be honest, right? If she invites you
Yes.
somewhere, you're like, okay, I'm coming.
Of course.
So good, awesome. Thank you for that. We'll dive a little bit further. So now, Iga, the famous Iga also. I don't know if she's not more famous than you, actually. To be honest.
I think so, probably.
Maybe
probably.
the French Tech
Partnership, you know?
community.
She is.
So
Yeah.
please tell us a little
Yeah.
bit about you, who you are, how did you get there? Everything.
So my name is Iga Skolimowska, and I'm a partnerships manager at 42Warsaw for 2 years now. But for half a year before, I was managing more of events.
Yeah.
But when
I remember that. Yeah,
partnerships
exactly, yeah.
were introduced into the idea of 42Warsaw, so we started shaping partnerships really, from scratch. Then the partnership role appeared, and
You jumped on it, yeah?
Yeah, I jumped on it.
That's
Yeah.
mine.
But also my story is very similar. I was invited by Octavia.
Thank you, Octavia.
Sorry. Hello again. My background is very, very different because actually I'm a theater critic by profession. So if
No
you need any
way.
theater recommendations,
You're the kind
Yeah.
of snob that sits there and
Yeah.
says, "Oh, this is not
That's
very
me,
good."
that's me.
This is
Acting was bad.
that's me. Actually, that's me. Besides the studies, I was really always excited about EdTech and this different ways how people can learn. And I got involved in some EdTech projects, also some Fab Lab and maker spaces creations. That's why I also worked for some projects that introduced the education in 3D modeling, 3D printing, blah, blah, blah. So this kind of creative but also technical skills.
Okay.
And then that's why I met Octavia on my path and joined 42.
Okay.
So that's why I'm here. Hi.
Awesome.
The 42 has origins in France, actually, and some of you may know. But as 42Warsaw, we're here for 2.5 years right now. But the entire idea of creating such a disruptive, weird, but also very necessary school is in 2013. And the first one was founded in Paris. And the idea came from the need of the French entrepreneurs that saw a huge gap between the talents from super good universities and schools with great diplomas, but actually they really lacked the very real life job skills, like the skills that are really necessary, useful when you work in a team, work on IT projects. So they had really good education, but I had no idea about how to cooperate, how to deliver projects, and so on and so on. Yeah. So they found this. They delivered this idea of creating such a school that is preparing the talents to not only have the theory, but mostly to have the practice, and not only technical practice, but also the soft skills that are super important in 42 idea. And actually, since 2013, the 42 became a network, worldwide network. Right now, there's like over 54 campuses in 30 countries.
Crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah, we're
That's insane.
So it's
In
scaled up.
12 years,
Yeah. Yeah.
So it shows also the necessity of that,
Yeah.
right? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
something doesn't scale that quick,
Yeah.
and that big if it's not required or requested and necessary on the market that it tackles, right? So in 12 years, 54 schools, 30 countries, that's just...
It wasn't just a good idea. It was a bit more than that.
Yeah. And this is why, because the business in France, in different countries that the 42 was funded, actually, they just see the need. They see that it's worth to cooperate with such a school that delivers talent that we need for nowadays. That, AI changes, very, very quick changes in the technologies, and we just need talents that will keep up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's the specificity of this of the school? Because we understand the network that is being developed, and but what makes it special, right?
Okay, so
What are you doing
why
there?
we are different?
Why you are
Okay.
special? Yeah.
Why we are special? Of course, because of people.
Yeah,
rather.
no,
That's of course.
obviously.
But the idea is that people need to take responsibility for their own education. So and that's how this basically, like in one very short sentence, basically that's it. But people also need another person just to learn better. So that's why we don't have teachers, we don't have textbooks, we don't have lectures. We have just students and workstations, computers, and projects and time. And that's it. So you have project, you need to think about it, you need to resolve the problem. It's very hard to do this alone, but you have 150 people who are working on the same or similar problem in the same time.
Yeah.
Then you can ask. And like in every project that you have on the end, when you have the subscription, what you need to do, on the end you have very significant sentence. If you don't know what to do, you can ask person on the left or ask person on the right.
Yeah.
And it works. It really works. On the first day of our recruitment process, when we have very fresh, new, disoriented people, they can read this this instruction with some words, letters, sometimes very often very new IT IT words that you really don't know what to do, but you have this sentence, and this is like your anchor. You know where you can start. You can always ask. You can always ask, and it's funny, but
Absolutely.
but it's very, very true.
Yeah.
In Polish education, for many years, we were learned that you can't ask.
Yeah,
That
do
means that
things by yourself, right?
Yeah. And if you ask, you are stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and this is like when something is switching, something is changing in your mindset that, I can grow on this. Yeah,
Okay.
I can really have very nice conversation with another person who are looking the same answer. And then we have this community. So we don't have teachers, but we have this community. But this is only one thing that we have very special in our school. The another thing that we have, it's on-site school. So we have really big space for everyone. It's like 2,000 square meters with these workstations. So you really need to be there and you really need to meet people. You can't do it remotely. Of course, you can learn coding remotely, of course.
But
you
is
don't.
it the aim?
Yeah, it doesn't make right now with AI. It doesn't make any sense, in my opinion, of course, because you need something more. You need different skills to do it, to be like in IT world right now. So it is on site. It is this really school. So this is second thing. So this place is also open 24/7. If you have time, you can come in the night. You can come during the day. You can come whenever you want. We are always open. You can learn in your own pace. So this third thing. Third, I think, and fourth, I think also very, very important, we are free. So there is no tuition. You just need to be 18 and you need to have will to change something because you need to be very focused on education. This is important thing that you need to take responsibility for your education. You are not paying with your money, but you are paying with your time.
Yeah.
So it is still very, very hard, and it is commitment.
Okay.
How many people do you welcome, and how many graduate each year? Which are we talking about, especially here?
Their program basically can last for 18 to 24 months. Is that to complete?
up to 2 years.
Up to 2 years,
average is 1 year and a half, but there are students that finish the core curriculum in even 9 months or 10 months. It really depends on the pace and their dedication, because there are some students that combine it with work or with some other education in the university, and then it takes longer. But since they are responsible for their education, they decide how many hours they spend on the projects. For some of them 25 hours per week. For some of them it's 50 hours per week, because they are able to do that. And actually we have 300 students. And you mentioned that for each year the on-site recruitment that we call Piscine, we have around 450 candidates. But actually they are selected from a couple of thousand each year, because I think
So
this
that
year
a couple of thousand that you select for 450 that go through the Piscine.
Yeah.
I would love that you explain. Piscine means
Swimming pool.
Okay.
Swimming pool, yeah.
Thank
We
you.
are long right. I start the sentences, he finishes. That's good.
Yeah.
so that means swimming pool. Basen for the Polish guys.
We have also piscina, for example.
Okay, we got them all. Okay.
Yeah.
And so, and I would love that you explain the concept of
because
piscine,
that's
right?
actually
Yeah,
crazy.
that's so
For
fun.
people who doesn't know.
No, because I learned how to swim like this,
Yeah, exactly.
So I really understand the concept
Yeah,
of
yeah.
what you guys are trying to do.
That's
with
the
that,
French
yeah.
humor.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah,
Piscine.
how does work? So before the piscine, so
Go ahead.
the whole path is that, of course, our recruitment process is very different. So we don't also look at the Matura results or some exams and
Degrees
so on. What counts at 42 is your talent and your predisposition. So we don't look at your grades. We look at your talent predispositions. So first step is that on our website you play 2 online games. They are checking your memory and your logical thinking. If you have it on a specific level enough,
Yeah.
then we invite you for the
Level is secret.
yeah, level is secret. We never tell what level you
I
have.
should try it. I should
You
try
would.
it.
Oh, Walid, come on, you would.
You would.
You would. You would. You should try, by the way.
No
you should
We should
try.
do it live next time.
Use a memory. He's cooked.
I don't want to look stupid. People know already.
Anyway, the candidates that pass the games, they are invited for some open day, of course, to get to know the school more, blah blah blah. But the Piscine, so the on-site recruitment step, we have it 2 or 3 times a year. They have specific dates. We just finished one last week, and in March we have another one, and in May we have another one. So the Piscine, swimming pool, is basically we like to call it the real Piscine, because we throw the candidates like into the water of programming. So we tell them nothing. They come to the school, they get the access card, they get their passes, they log into the computers, and they have projects to do. And we don't explain them how they should do it. They just should swim and learn how to swim on their own. Yeah, and this process actually is for us, of course, to observe how they are performing. Are they, open enough to other, candidates, but also how they perform with the problem solving, coding, blah, blah, blah. But also for them, and especially I think for them, the candidates, to check how this school works, to test it, because it's not easy. And actually, I think like not... 30% of the candidates of each Piscine participants just, drop out after 1 week or 2 weeks.
Naturally,
Because, yeah, because
natural selection, yeah.
Yeah, because it's not easy, because you need to talk to people, you need to give feedback and receive critical feedback, and it's not easy. And you need to be mature enough and ready enough to learn, to really survive the Piscine, to get to the other side of the pool. So it's 4 weeks long. It's not like 3 days. It's 4 weeks, whole month that you are at the school. You're coding, you're meeting people, and you just try to explore the school.
Fun fact is that it is really not competition.
Yeah, it's not.
And on the beginning, I always taught our candidates that, like, theoretically, you all can get in because you are.
Yeah, there is no limitation of your background or whatnot.
No, we could take like this 150. It never happened, but finger crossed. There is no limit. So that's very helpful for this communication and cooperation that we really need.
Absolutely. And I remember one thing when I came to, because I met you and we started to collaborate together through the French Tech Warsaw, and you were actually one of our very first events that we did, right?
Yeah.
And you guys were like, "Hey, you're new, we are new, let's do it."
That was all, yeah.
Because we started maybe 6 months before they started, right?
Yes,
and we heard that School 42 was here, so we're like, okay, let's try to get something with them. And they're like so welcoming, this is like so cool. And I remember having that visit with you guys during that breakfast, and you showed us the place. So first of all, the office is
amazing.
Yeah, anyone that
Thank
wants to go there, the infrastructure is amazing, right? The support that you have is great. But I was really, as you were saying about asking on your right, on your left, even the concept of how things of the peer-to-peer learning, right? The way that you shape the place is made for that. Where I remember that the screens and the seats are set up in a way that you can not just only ask on the right or on the left, but you can ask in front of you. So you had that hall that allowed you to speak to the person that is sitting across the table. And it was a clear view and see you. And I was like, wow, like, I mean, so, but the 50 schools went through that. So
and it's like, this is the magic.
Exactly. You get to better and better and better.
Yeah, this is the magic. Like, this is the same in whole 50-something schools. And it is unique, but still it's working in Poland, but also working in Morocco. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. Learning is learning, right?
Yeah, people are people. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Alexandra, you said actually a bit earlier that you were kind of fresh in Warsaw, but can you tell us a bit more about the origin of School 42 in Warsaw and why especially Warsaw?
School 42 is quite fresh because right now on February 26th we have a birthday.
So now, wow.
Yeah,
so
for the first
students.
Students.
Okay.
And it will be 2 years from the
first cohort, yeah?
Okay. First cohort. So we are quite fresh. It's very, very true. And but the idea, why Warsaw?
Yeah, why Warsaw?
Like, I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Because this is this is capital, and this is actually quite important for 42 to have easy access for students and young people. And there is a lot of people who are coming to Warsaw, and it's very easy to commute to be in Warsaw or even from, we have a lot of students from Łódź, for example, or some smaller cities around. So the localization was geographically very important, and that's why. But also because of IT environment and tech environment in Warsaw, there's a lot of communities and a lot of very big players here. So it's easier for 42 Warsaw, and it is very important part for the school to be close to IT industry and to cooperate.
It would be better than agriculture, right? You know?
Yeah, exactly. And to have this actually influence on this environment. So that's basically why.
Okay.
And maybe can you tell us a bit more about like the beginning? Was there any challenges, any facilitation from?
Did people understand? You know?
Yeah.
No.
The
answer is no.
Absolutely right. It's like I know that when you say to people, and even more in Poland, right? When you say it's free, everyone is like,
oh, it smells right.
Not to me.
What are you combining here? Where is the poop? You know, where is the
Yeah, where is
chicken?
the poop? Yeah, but we had like big help from our sponsor, because we have partner, sponsor, and it is playgroup, and it was their idea to have this 42 Warsaw in Warsaw. So it was a huge help, and also of course financially, but also to find a place for us in this not so easy industry, and to be seen more professional, and to understand well why we are here, like who needs another IT school in Warsaw when so many are closed right now. So so that was very, very, very helpful. But we had like a lot of problems. Maybe Iga, you want to work with partners.
Chief problem officer, please go ahead. The floor is yours.
She talked with partners, you know. She needs to explain what is 42 Warsaw, like a lot.
Yeah, that's still a challenge. And since we're 2 years here, and of course we've made so many friends, so many great partnerships in Warsaw, and not only, but still it's a challenge to explain the concept. And I see that sometimes I have an online call with some company to you know maybe connect and talk about partnership. And it's okay, enthusiastic, good. But when they come over to the campus, when they see the students working on a project, see our space, and they
screens, you know,
it's the moment that I see the lights up. Yeah,
like,
that's aha moment,
and
that's what works best. So still a challenge to explain why another IT school. And that's why, you know, the huge work is always to do, constant work to explain why 42 is needed for the Polish industry, because right now, especially with AI, it's not the technical skills that you need, but also the power skills, the soft skills, and then maybe even more importantly, the soft skills. So this is the constant work, constant challenge to also, you know, change the mindset of the companies. And I believe that we can do this, like change the mindset of the companies that maybe didn't think of this yet. What kind of talents do they need? Because I don't know, maybe they hire just for another project, but they don't think real long term, like what kind of teams.
How I develop talent, how I keep, you know, continuity, absolutely.
So this is constant work. Of course, it's a challenge also to speak to the educational environment in Poland, because we are so different that the educational institutions, like, I don't know, ministries.
Aren't you a threat? You know what I mean? Because I mean, when you think when you think about it, right, to not be, you know, controversial or anything, is that providing knowledge usually from the beginning of times, you know, goes from someone that knows that provided to someone that doesn't know. Right? And this is how the whole educational system is built on. And you guys are arriving and saying, listen, we don't know shit. You don't know shit. Let's try to know something. And the guys on the other side, they must be like, what the hell is happening over there? Because from what I know is that
for free.
Yes.
For free.
It's exactly. You know, other schools must be like, what the hell? You know, we're making them pay tens and tens of thousands, you know, and they end up basically with you for free. That must be a little bit of you know, difficulty for you maybe to manage those partners on the academical level, because if you say the companies can understand when they come, do the, you know, universities or whatever academical level, you know, do they understand also?
No, I don't know. You have more experience in that because you are, as a director, speaking more with the university. But I think the biggest challenge, maybe you have another opinion, is that we're so different that they cannot, you know, understand
frog
the
there.
the idea like what are the results of this learning, you know, because there's no lectures and so on. And when I speak to some teachers, you know, when we have some teachers at the school to show them the peer-to-peer model, there is some, you know, fear about like, oh my God, so teachers will not be needed anymore in the future. And it's not about this, because peer-to-peer can work very well with teachers involved, and it's, you know, it could be natural, but we should not be afraid, you know, of this new educational models. But I don't know, Ola, maybe you have a take on you know, cooperation with universities.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for them to understand, but also I understand that they are different and the goal is different.
Mhm.
We don't have any academic work in
Mhm.
our school. You can't rate a paper. No.
No research.
So we are no
yeah.
research.
Yeah.
So we are something different, and
Yeah.
it's very, very good. It's better than good that we have this option, and also for people who just want to have this practice and work very soon, like find a job very soon, and not actually have this academic work in their mind. It's better for them just to come to us. So I think there's place for
I get it.
everyone. And
Absolutely.
And what we try to introduce is this double education model. So,
So you go there, but you can also come here to do the practice. And I get that. Okay.
we are not like a, I don't know, certified school.
Aren't you?
No, in
From the French
Polish.
states?
From the there is a way to receive the certificate. There is a way.
I know. I'm sorry, I know many things. You know, this is why I'm what I am. You know.
That is true. That is true. You can receive
Ola, you
this.
didn't know?
that is first time. Walid, could you explain us?
I will do that. No.
Yeah.
But so you can kind of get a French diploma. out
You
of
can
it.
you can get a diploma of certificate of French Ministry of Labor, of course, if you pass the certain path of the project.
Absolutely.
So not every student will achieve that,
Yeah.
but there is a way, and I know some of the students are, you know, on the way to achieving the certificate. So this double education is a good idea because the students can learn at the university. And a lot of our students actually do the double education. So they're studying at University of Warsaw, Polytechnica, and 42 Warsaw. And since we are not like authorized, you know, school by the Ministry of Education, because we're so different that we don't fit into the brackets, you know, labels and everything. So we, for example, our students don't have the student card or student status. That is super sad. And
They
you
cannot
know,
get kebab discounts.
no,
you know?
kebab discounts.
No.
Yeah, but I'm working on it, Walid. I'm just. It's always.
Then you get that, you're gonna see me at the Piscine. All right, I'm ready.
And it's so it's work on the partnership side, you know, to agree on this kind. But maybe in the future we will, you know, be recognized by the ministry. It's for now it's too hard because thank you, because we're too weird, like a UFO that landed in Warsaw. But hopefully in a couple of years,
It's nice to be special.
Thank you, Walid.
How the hell are you guys financed if the guys are not actually, you know, paying anything, right? How you are surviving? Yeah, how does it work?
Yeah, a social impact of the business, actually. So we're cooperating with the companies that believe that this kind of education is crucial for the future of IT.
Yeah.
So we have partners, and our main strategic partner is P4 Group, but also partners like Webellian, partners like 42 Warsaw, or partners like Eclectica and different companies that believe in this kind of education and support us in a financial way, but also on some educational background and field, so cooperating on some workshops or some internships with us. So actually, social impact of the business.
Okay. And so they're basically, you know, paying to be a partner, and then of course I guess there is a way where they access your talents, because often this is what you deliver, guys. You deliver talents, right? This is what the companies are starving for, right?
Yeah, so with each company has its own needs.
Yeah,
so it's
absolutely.
always, you know, we always discuss and tailor the partnership offer, partnership package with them. But it's, of course, they support us financially. We deliver the talents, we deliver some events that the company can shine at, but also some communication activities or hackathons or some, you know, innovation activities, because we've done a lot of hackathons, and actually last year in in just 1 month, we've done 3 hackathons in our
That's
campus.
crazy, man.
Holy
My
wow.
favorite one.
I almost died, okay? And so appreciate I'm here. I'm here. But also, a very nice idea that I really would like to implement, maybe with Webellian. I'm really hopeful for that.
We have a hackathon coming if you want.
We
This-
can talk about
yeah,
that.
but some idea that 42 Paris actually does very well is some more sustainable, I think, and more impactful cooperation in the innovation field. So R&D labs with the 42 campus.
Very
So
nice.
so it's not like 24 hours hackathon, but it's more like, okay, you give them the hard project to do or something your company dreamt of, but you don't have capacity to do it. You choose 3 or 5 of our students for 4 or 6 months. They work on our campus on this project,
Amazing.
and you have MVP or some POC to go with later.
Wow.
So this is something that I'm really excited to.
You're pushing, yeah?
I
Listening?
would really like to.
Yeah, client solution coordinator is here.
And I believe that actually hackathon's always fun. It's a great event, but if you want a sustainable corporation.
Okay.
And sustainable impact for your company, I think this is the way also to use the 42 campus to grow your company.
Super.
So as you mentioned, like now Webellian is proud partner of 42 Warsaw, but why Webellian and why for you does it make sense?
I know that you are focused on, keeping up with what the industry, is about, and you try to deliver to your clients, your partners, the fresh, projects and within what's new in the business. And actually I believe that it combines well with what 42 is trying to do, so delivering this kind of talents that are able to keep up with you guys want to achieve with your clients. So I feel that's why, and we started talking about this cooperation because and also I know, and my students probably will be I don't know, maybe laughing, but they are really excited what Webellian is doing, and they are asking me constantly, like, "Oh, guys, what are we doing with Webellian?" Because we see the logo on the net, and they cannot wait for more and more events, for more and more, and they already experienced some meetings with you,
Yeah, we did.
and they were stunned with the mindset that you have in your team, and that's why we started like talking, okay, how to seal it,
Exactly,
2026. So I really believe that we just share the common values and common goal, to keep up with what's there. And I believe on your side too.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
I mean, we are kind of in love with 42, not just because of you guys, you are a big part of it, obviously, but we are really like, as I said, I started with you guys through French Tech, and then I ended up, joining Webellian, so, planets just kind of connected. I wanted to bounce on what you said before, which is about the practice, right? Like, 42 brings real problems to students that can then, find real solutions, and then they can basically push them into the world, right? And I remember one of the events, I think it's the last one we did together through French Tech, Laurent, who is the partner associate in Webellian, was there. And Laurent is like, one of the smartest person I ever met, right? And I don't say that just because he's the boss. I say that because he's actually smart.
He's really smart.
He's really smart, sometimes too smart. Sorry, Laurent.
Very, very smart.
But and I remember we were there and we were making this presentation is when we did the reverse pitching.
Yeah.
So we had this thing
That
where
was
the
cool.
companies came to pitch to the students,
students. Oh, so
and I
cool.
really enjoyed it, and I saw that he enjoyed it too. But then he was complaining like, oh, but okay, they teach technology, but do they actually know what is beyond the technology as well? And I was like, man, if you're complaining, move your ass, go tell them. Go tell them,
And he did, and he did.
So I was like, Higa is there, go talk to Higa, tell her, and she will set it up. And then he ended up coming to the university and giving not a lecture, but a presentation about what was beyond engineering, that what you create, what you develop has to enter into, a vision, a frame, that is actually connected to the business and so on. And he came out of that, he was like, wow. He was so happy. I was like, did you have fun? He was like, yeah, that was amazing. And it's what you guys basically, and this is why it was so easy then to kind of accelerate the collaboration, because, it was not only through French Tech, it was a given then. Even the smart guys here that do the high tech, they were like, oh shit, what those guys are doing is pretty special.
And you just explained like perfect way of cooperation. It's something that we really, really want to achieve. Like the company that's not only, of course, we love money, so you can just give us money. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. But if you just, maybe it's not the option for you, that this kind of cooperation, that that really comes from heart and from mind, that you
Yeah.
understand why you are there, that you can also get something, not only for company, but for yourself, that the satisfaction, and then also for our students, and everything what you said, it's like the perfect path that we could just like describe. If you want to be happy with us, do that. Exactly.
What is coming up between Webellian and School 42, right?
Okay, the one thing that I'm very excited, it's internships, because it is very special for 42 Warsaw and for 42 generally, that we help students to get this first job. It's not easy when you are just after your education, even to get internship. It's hard work, and this kind of cooperations help us and help them. And I hope also help the companies that are working with us, because they are great. Our students are generally great people with great competences. So this is something that I'm really happy, and I believe that it will grow with us, because also one maybe
we're thinking about more than one,
Yeah,
I
hope so.
There will be a lot of them.
We are.
Because this is very nice opportunity for us to have these ambassadors, because when we have one person in the company, then the company is changing a little bit, and also eager more to have more employees from 42 Warsaw. So this
absolutely.
So we are. I'm personally waiting for this part. I don't know if you have here something special there.
Oh yeah, for sure we will repeat some events. Maybe Laurent, it would be amazing if he comes back with some other topic, because students were so happy with him as a great speaker. So please come back. But also some developers or engineers to also share what you do in the Webellian, because this is the students who are thinking, okay, what path would I like to go, more back end, go more front end, or cybersecurity, or I don't know yet, because I'm doing so many different projects at 42. So I need to get to more knowledge on how this kind
actually
of topics work in the company, in the business. Do I really want to do backend? Do I really want to do this and that? So these meetings with IT experts that are in the industry, that are working on the projects, it's a gem. It's just like this moment for our students to really understand what the industry is about, to get to know the people, of course, from different companies. So I'm really excited about the events that we can exchange knowledge at, to invite more of you to our campus to feel the vibe of 42. But the internships is just also super exciting. And when I'm reading the feedback from the mentors of our interns from different companies, it's just amazing. They want more, because they see that above all expectations, etc. It's just like I just feel they fit well. Also Webellian, that is growing, that is taking more projects, amazing projects. So it just makes sense to be together.
Why do you think your students are doing better than the average tech student that basically reach an internship into any company? Why?
Problem-solving mindset. It's just and the soft skills, of course, because you don't gain this problem-solving mindset if you are not eager to say that I don't know something, that I made a mistake and I need to fix it, blah blah blah. So it's problem-solving mindset. More and more important in the industry, and it's not about right now IT and being a programmer. It's not about code creation. It's about like structuring, thinking strategically about the projects, and also the business side. So I think this is what our students are good at. And with the events that we're doing, inviting the companies to tell how the processes look like in their setting, I think our students have more and more of this business mindset. So they are programmers, they are IT guys, but they are also understanding well the entire concept and the context of the projects in the business. So
I would say also resilience. They are really resilient. They
won't collapse after the first war.
Exactly. They made so many mistakes before, and they are so used to.
They are used to fail.
They are used to fail, and in this good way, of course.
Isn't it a great skill to be able to fail, again and again, and with a
smile?
You know what I mean? I fucked it up.
Exactly.
Let's celebrate.
Walid, guess what?
We need to have this in our campus.
Oh yeah, a fuck up day.
Can you invite me? I have so many of those.
Oh, we need to.
Yeah, so this one, and just one more thing, they know how to learn.
They know.
They're learning how to learn. So
Yeah.
if they just don't know how to what to do, they just learn how to do.
Yeah.
And it actually is very good for the future of the industry because new technologies will appear. We don't know them.
And
like
they are
what
kind
will be
of
there. So we
accelerating.
need, we need the programmers, we need the specialists that know how to learn new technologies quickly. And this is the mindset that we need right now.
I can tell you that as long as you guys keep doing what you're doing, we will be your partners. And then, the sky's the limit afterwards, right?
Yeah.
So whatever. And one thing I know about Webellian, which is very, very specific, right? Which is Webellian has about 100 engineers, right? And I never seen so less turnover in a company that is an IT company where there is so much. It used to be so much offers on the market. Now less and less. Market is really changing, and the approach is very different than it was, right? And we have to be aware. But I never saw in such a structure, right, where you have so less people leaving, right? And I'm not saying that because we're here. It's because usually, right, what happens is, first of all, in Webellian we do high-end tech. There is no cheap stuff here.
Yeah.
That's sometimes that's the problem. It's not cheap. That's one. This is why we have a studio. Thank you, Aurel. That's one thing. But the second thing is really because at the end of the day, and this is also how I basically pushed my entrepreneurial journey, is that you do not do anything without talents, right? And usually the best talent is the talent you develop. The talent that you get from outside, usually, it's
so
money
much.
bound, right? And it's not something that you can fully basically ride, on the long run, but a talent that you develop, internally, that you can grow and you can basically push forward, makes a lot of sense. So this is why what we do and what we will keep doing together, I believe it's a given, right? So, and let's keep pushing on that. How do you fit currently, or how do you see the current, tech landscape in Warsaw and maybe in Poland, and how do you fit there, right? The ecosystem, how much penetration? I understand that your penetration is difficult sometimes in the academic world. How is it into the tech world? How are you penetrating that?
Tech industry, I mentioned before that not every company is aware of what they want to do long term. So it's sometimes it's very short term thinking. And right now we have this project, we need this kind of developer, bye-bye. But there are companies that are mature enough, sorry, mature enough, but that's true actually, yes, to understand that you should plan long term the growth of your company also in terms of talent. So it's a challenge, of course, to find this kind of companies, and sometimes the company at first is not really ready to start a cooperation, but once they do one or second event with us, after 1 year or couple of months, they now understand they are ready to to step into the next level of the cooperation. So I see that the industry is very it varies. So the maturity and the readiness of the companies for the future varies. It's very different. But I'm really hopeful that we'll get this, because then when we have enough good corporations, valuable corporations that are not only contract based, but they are values based and performance based, like I hope our cooperation with Webellian will be, then the industry will wake up, and other companies that maybe didn't feel ready yet, but will see the potential in such cooperation based on our example, and will go for it. So I think that's the challenge. That's the answer. Not every company is ready to understand why this kind of education is can help them actually. And I see, and it's very very basic problem that, for example, if they have some internship offer or some junior position offer that we want to send to our students, they usually have requirement of, for example, current student status or formal education, bachelor's degree in IT, computer science, and we're like, hello, we're 21st century. Come on, like, why do you need a developer?
Beyond that, we're 2026. You know what I mean? Like, it's beyond 21st century.
Actually,
we're kind of 25 years into that 21st century.
So it really should. So I still feel like some companies are there in the 90s, where the diploma is crucial, and you can see, and some of our partner companies already saw that the developer with a diploma, developer offer from 42 is just super different level.
Yeah.
And it's worth to maybe step out of your labels and
Boxes
boxes,
yeah,
exactly,
yeah.
to risk a little, to have a talent that is maybe different, because different background, different education.
Yeah.
But can really
Yeah.
help you grow your
Yeah.
company from inside. Yeah.
But to bounce on that, there is one thing which there is this paradox, right, between most of the people we admire, no matter who they are. Xavier Niel, that's built 42 Warsaw, right? Or
Aurélien Deleuzière.
Huh? Or yeah, you really want a raise. You really want to keep a contract, I see. I swear I'm keeping that. But, anyone, or athletes or whomever, right? That do something exceptional, they are all special, right? Special in a way that they come from weird background, they have a weird journey, the way of thinking is different. But and we admire those people. And we, hold them high, and we think that they are, really some people that changes the way that we see things and they create a difference. Yeah. But in our day-to-day society, we really struggle to integrate people that have a different approach to things, right? And it's often a matter of time, efforts, of people that are willing to, lose, their health, pushing that kind of, story that we reach that level at some point, right? So it's a very, paradox that, we live in, right? We love special people, but then when we are confronted to them, then we have that, I'm not really sure about, how this thing, but just to stay in the ecosystem before we move on, because you were focusing here on, the companies, right? Yeah. But the ecosystem is made of many other organizations. So let me take away the companies, let me take away the academics, right?
Okay.
And what is left? Is left everything else, which is like basically the startup world, the entrepreneurs, the organization that are pushing tech, whatever, AI, health tech, whatever. Where do you fit there? How do they perceive you, right? Because maybe those people are a little bit more, I don't know, welcoming.
Open,
I'm not sure, but how do you fit there, guys?
That's very true, because we also talked with Ministry of Digitalization, for
Absolutely,
example. And this is a very good example. And I think we are a very good place with them, because this is something unique, and they are not academic, so they can work with us. It is innovative. It is something different. It is something that Poland should be proud of.
Yeah, absolutely.
That we have. So this is a very good place for us, and we hope for more cooperation with them.
So many messages have been passed through this podcast. I love the camera looks. They're amazing.
Also there.
So cool.
But also Warsaw, city of Warsaw. This is also the good place for us.
Yeah.
And you can have some meetings also with.
I do always,
all
day.
Just ready for the meetings. So we believe that we are important for Warsaw. We want to cooperate more with the city for sure. Startups. This is something that
or accelerators or things like that.
We have not enough time to do this.
Absolutely. Call me.
We need to,
You have time.
I make time for you guys.
Oh, thank you. Of course, we reach out to the VCs, to the communities that gather startups, and sometimes even the startups reach out to us that they would like to acquire our talents. So it's a perfect, I think actually our talents are a perfect fit for the startups, because they are
quick.
Yes,
quick.
Find
the solution, whatever. Nothing is bothering.
So,
Absolutely.
So that's a perfect fit. So that's what we're working on, of course. But if there are any VCs and startup accelerators watching us, I'm open for conversation. And but of course, this is a huge field. Of course, not enough time to secure everyone. But I'm always open. We're always open to collaboration. Terms of talents or some events together. And actually sometimes we have some events with startups or accelerators happening at the campus, because our space you mentioned is great. So everyone wants to make events at our campus. So it's also a thing and it's happening. And so this world is still, I feel we don't explore it enough, but it's a space to explore.
Do you think your mission, which is quite unusual, is shaping the ecosystem in Warsaw?
Yeah. Do you have a certain level of responsibility?
Yeah, I think really shape will shape because, as we
Yeah.
mentioned, we are
Yeah.
at the beginning of our story.
Absolutely.
But for sure, because we are all, ecosystem are people,
Mm.
Yeah.
and we are all about people. So and I would like stress this out. That is like first thing that we want to have this different kind of IT engineer who cares, understand the world, and who really want to make some changes. We're just good person doing good things, and we are talking with our students, and we know that they are like this. And this is like the first way that we are trying to change, or we are actually changing the ecosystem in Warsaw and maybe even further. You know, there's 50-something schools in the world, so
Yeah.
it's massive. It's 25,000 students right now.
Yeah,
You know, this is
25,000.
massive.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this is
And
crazy.
Crazy.
300 in Warsaw. So it's like, see the scale,
Yeah,
you know?
it's insane. It's
But
insane.
still, you
Yeah.
know, sometimes the person could be like only 6 months with us, and
Yeah.
it's also something that could change this person.
Absolutely.
Their lives, yeah.
Absolutely.
Their lives and their path and so on. So you yeah. So it is a huge impact.
Yeah.
We have this impact,
Yeah.
and we are shaping this.
And you feel that responsibility.
I feel.
I
this
do.
is-
I mean, you know what we say. The fish starts stinking from the head. So the responsibility lies on you first.
Of
right?
course, yeah, and and we are
Of
talking
course,
about
you know.
values with our students also. That's why I start with these values. They're
Yeah.
a good person who are doing good things, and I really believe this.
Yeah.
That's why we have these values in our code of conduct, but also we are talking about this during some community meetings because this is important.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now, as I said, you can learn coding whatever you want.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
not 42 Warsaw.
Okay.
And 42 was, created to shape the industry of the future.
Mm-hmm.
So the place we come from actually is the idea of
Of the
shaping.
future,
So
right, exactly,
so we are on this mission, and I strongly believe, and especially when I really read the feedback from the companies about our talents, I can see, because like
Yeah.
the feedback is usually, oh my god, when they entered our team, when they joined our team, the entire team mindset changed, because the team felt responsibility to also, to level up a little, to the mindset, the skills, the soft skills, the communication skills that the student brought. So I see that very, very good impact on the teams, on the IT teams in the smaller or bigger companies, corporates, that really benefit from the talents. And I believe that from this it may sound stupid, that one intern or one employee
it
can
doesn't
change
sound
something,
stupid, no.
but in long term, I believe in 5 years we can really change a lot of IT companies in Poland to different futuristic, and future driven mindset. So I believe we're shaping that. And 2013 it was in Paris. Right now it's in Warsaw, and I believe that we do that.
Yeah. And I can say that what you said right now, which often for the people that don't know, it might sound stupid.
Yeah.
For the people that know, it's
Mhm.
the reality, right? Like that one single person within an organization. I'm not talking about a 10,000 people organization. I'm talking at the human scale, right? So one intern into a team of developer, few interns into a company of 100-something people like here. Because of the attitude, because of the way that they bring things, it actually changes, right? Because you have the fact that you have the seniority. Often seniority can bring laziness because you know what I mean?
They're used to
you used
some
to know.
paths.
You
Yeah.
know.
Learn more.
You know. Why would I need to? And then you have a little person coming, right?
Yeah.
Questions.
And challenging some stuff, and it doesn't, and then you realize that, oh, maybe I'm losing some footing. Maybe I need to catch up. Maybe I need to, and even more nowadays with the way that technology is progressing, where we need less and less coders, but more and more thinking engineers that are able to leverage existing tools, shows you that the guy that has done coding for 20 years, that thinks he know, gets a kid that sits next to him, might basically be in trouble because that kid might know how to use those tools much faster than and once again tying it to the fact that talents, right, make a difference. Talents, actually, if they are developed internally and they identify to the mission, make actually a difference.
Can I say last point before?
You want to take it? Go tell me.
Yeah, the second point in my question is like basically with all that changing and especially like the emergence of AI, how do you adapt to that, and how do you shape your student to adapt to this new
Smart question.
Good question. Yeah.
It's a good
No,
question.
but like to this new paradigm and how not to get lost.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's even harder at the end. You need to remember that the school started in 2013 and the world is changing like all the time. So
Yeah.
I know that now we are talking about this huge changes and very fast and faster and faster, but this system and this methodology is made for this. So the school is ready for changes. It's not like it's something set in this like 10 years or even more like now 13 years ago and we need to stick with this and like this saint or something. No. So we are just changing the curriculum. We have different partners. We have different workshops for our students. It's very, very, very simple for us because, as we said somewhere in between, people are people. You know, the power skills, soft skills that we need are the same. The need of communication, cooperation, the need of thinking and learning is the same. We are just changing some from C to Python because Python is something that you really need to know right now.
Absolutely.
And that's it. And it is very technical problem, like very easy to solve. And it's solved by the network. So it's not a problem. The bigger problem, how to explain to the IT environment that they still need the developers. How we can explain people that this is something different, and you won't get this extra coders, but you'll get something more.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, employability gap. Actually, if they don't hire you juniors right now, in 5 years' time, they will don't have mids. They will not have seniors, and and it's just about consistency and the long-term thinking of the team building and the team growth. So, and what you mentioned, C, and this is super important. And I think this is the way that we also fight the changes or face the changes that are in the world. Because right now, AI, of course, is making everything very, very different. And when you look at the boot camps and coding schools, like not us, they are really they are different ones. They're really much focusing on AI. Of course, our students also were introduced some AI-based projects, of course. But what is super unique is that the students learn C.
Yeah, because you don't teach shit.
Yeah, we don't teach shit.
We don't know how to code. We need to say this right now. Sorry. No code.
Let's say it.
I will repeat that. That what is unique, that still at 42, students learn C at first.
Yeah.
So before they go to Python or whatever they want, every student goes through C formation. And why? Not because we love C, because we just, excited about this, because it's a super, hard language, an old language. Nobody uses C.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe some companies. Some
exactly.
some companies are using NVIDIA too, and so on. But it's not a super sexy, language right now.
Yeah.
But this is why we have C, because students first learn to code on a very low level to understand the logic of programming very well, because it's easier for them to start with C and then go to higher languages like Python, Java, whatever, rather than the other way around. So even though C++ in our curriculum was changed to Python recently, the C stays, and this is a core value of 42, and I believe it won't change. I believe it will stay, because this is about the values and the mindset that we really don't want to teach them, how to code. We want them to learn the mindset, and with C, with the hard language, they really learn how to think about computers, about coding. So then this thinking they can implement into any language that they will, work in.
So it's get first the concepts,
Yes.
and how the automatism, and then you can basically scale it to whatever
So
language.
whatever technology appears, AI right now, like in 5 years, we don't know, they will be ready, because they learned C, then they needed to change to and swap to other languages, and they are ready to swap to other technologies, languages later.
What I would like to ask you is that more of a personal approach is here, where both of you would like to see 42 Warsaw, in 5 years, right? Let's keep it to 5 years, because the world is going so fast. And if I say 10, we might, all be robots by then. So in 5 years,
Maybe you.
Not you will be in the library. So your vision of 42 Warsaw in the next 5 years, where do you want it to be? Maybe more than where do you see it? Where do you want it to be?
Yeah, I would love to see Vivic community, all our, like in the school, but also alumni. Like we have a lot of people who finished and who are happy and who work in different like I don't know, they have
Industries,
like industries,
or,
but like
yeah.
not only like as a developer.
Okay,
in
yeah,
my
like
mind,
different, you know,
it's
yeah.
a very different way of using this this knowledge.
Okay.
And maybe
So you can be a marketing director with a 42 or so diploma at the end of it.
for example,
Why not?
Yeah,
why
why
not?
not?
Why not?
Okay.
Exactly. And they also developed something very amazing. Like we are very proud of this. That we have this company or like new startup,
Yeah.
new app that everybody used. I
And
can
it comes
go-
from you.
And it's come from 42 Warsaw.
Yeah,
I have this
amazing.
vision that
Okay.
would be very, very cool that we can say, oh, you know that these guys are from 42 Warsaw.
Wow.
Like you know, like 11 Labs or something.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
And
got
they're
you,
from
got you.
42.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Billionaires, basically.
Yeah.
That's-
Yeah, we are aiming for billions. Yeah, exactly. And they
Then you would have
they
no
found
problem
this-
of funding.
Yeah.
Consider
That's
royalties.
how I see the director. You know, she's not losing sight of the important stuff.
Only about money. I'm talking about feelings, but no, it's only about money.
Got you, got you.
Yeah, so for this, I would love to have some 42 in Poland, not only in Warsaw.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
would be great. In
Where would you see it if you had to choose a region, right, or a place, a city?
probably Kraków.
Okay.
Probably it would be Kraków.
Yeah, would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
it
have a
would
lot
make
of
sense.
requests
Yeah?
from Kraków and
Wrocław,
Katowice.
no?
Yeah, it's a huge IT hub,
It's
so
a
it would
huge
be.
IT
It would be.
hub,
But
you know,
actually,
like,
Katowice, come on, you know,
Yeah, so-
Katowice is growing so
I know,
big,
it is,
and
it is, it
and
is,
then
it is.
so it's.
Yeah.
But we have only
it's
5
just-
years.
We
Okay,
have
so 5 years.
Guys,
so-
yeah, it's too
Okay,
many.
let's
Okay,
stop.
so-
Let's stop.
Okay, so another city,
South of Poland.
billion.
Yeah, like
You
billion
know,
startup
success, you know,
and
success.
this huge community. Like really, they are still involved in
Yeah.
42 Warsaw. They are coming. They are
Yeah.
with us. They are helping also
Absolutely.
students.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's amazing. I think that's a great way to go in 5 years. I mean, and a very low bar, right? Very
Easy,
No,
easy,
tomorrow. You know,
easy.
that's all right.
Easy, yeah.
What about you, Iga?
Yeah, definitely. Campus in south of Poland would be nice. It's
Yeah.
a huge, growing IT hub of
Yeah.
Poland. So I'm pretty sure if we decide to launch 42 in a different city, it will be somewhere in the south.
Yeah.
But first we need to grow 40 Warsaw,
Yeah.
and that's my huge wish is that we have several sustainable partnerships with the companies in Warsaw, so we can think of growing further and further. So first we need to take care of this community we
Yeah.
have here in terms of the talents, the internships, the offers from the companies to hire our students that I believe you will be happy about. And but there's
you better take the
yeah, they know. I'm not saying that twice.
No, you
But sustainable partnerships with the companies, of course, and the long-term partnerships, not like 1 year contract, but that's something
Doesn't make
that
sense.
let us, think about like bigger amount of students, more campuses, more events, and I can, I'm happy that we have the 42 network because we can see where 42 Warsaw can be in 5 years' time,
Looking at them, yeah,
at the campuses that have been existing, for a couple of years now, and just enjoying that and taking from their experience and to grow, to make the students happy, to make the companies happy. The sustainable partnerships are key. So the financial support,
They're doing, yeah.
especially, is that our students don't pay anything
yeah.
for this education. It's free.
It's crazy.
Accessible for everyone that has a talent, and I think this is education is about.
Talent or
this-
will, actually. You know what I mean?
will also
yeah.
talent and the will to
Yeah,
grow and
yeah.
really to make a difference in this world.
Yeah.
And I use this word impact, social impact,
Yeah.
several times today because I feel this is also about like the responsibility in tech.
Got you.
And especially with AI right now, we really need to have ethical and really grounded engineers, specialists, experts for the future and what the future brings. So I'm really hoping for these sustainable corporations, financial corporations also, because, Warsaw is not a cheap city to live in. And I see that, our talents are really, really sometimes struggling and they have to choose sometimes between education
And work.
Yeah.
And this is
Can
a
you
killer.
imagine, like go to Żabka or to School 42?
Come
you know what I
on.
mean? This is
Yeah.
insane.
It's
It's
exactly
because
how
you
it
need to eat, basically.
Yeah. And this is a challenge that we meet this year also,
Yeah.
and this is what we're thinking. So if there is anyone listening to this, watching this, that believes in this kind of education, that believes that the talents that are amazing, should have a chance in this world, then just contact us, because we have some, ideas of how to cooperate, how to make beneficial also the cooperation for the
We know
companies,
something about
but
that.
also also to support the talents that really need the support,
Absolutely.
and that may not have this chance in a different setting. So that's my dream for next 5 years, and
I'm sure you will achieve it, knowing how much passion you put into that.
thank
I
you.
want to share to that, guys. So really,
cheers.
cheers. Cheers to the 5
First
years
thought.
of School 42.
And where do you see Webellian in 5 years? Please
Wow.
answer this question.
Holy shit. Where do I see Webellian in 5 years? I would say that really, if I take away, we grow, we make more money, you put that on the
of
side
course,
because that goes without saying, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is what we're trying to get to. But the reality of what I'm working towards and why I decided also to join Webellian, because in the discussion with Aurélien, the CEO of the company, was that Webellian is so special in its approach to what it delivers, right? We don't do cheap. We don't do, even when we opened our offshore in Uzbekistan, which was crazy, everyone goes to India, but we said, no, we are going to Uzbekistan, because it's a special place, because we believe that the development there will be special. And we want to ally our team to, our team also seniority here in Warsaw was all about the talent development, right? And all about being part of the community, right? So when I basically deal with our mostly partners, I talk more about partners than clients, right? When, we deliver to them, because they actually are, because we stick to them for a long time, is that we never do hard sales, right? I never call someone and say, I'm going to sell you something. It's always about what do you need? Can we fit into it or not? And if we can't, then we say, man, we can't. And I'm moving you somewhere else, right? So in 5 years, I really hope that vision that Aurel had of Webellian being a pillar of, the ecosystem, but not only in Poland, but, the whole CE, because when you look at the story of Webellian, it started in France and then moved to Barcelona and to Poland. And then through COVID, decided to centralize in Poland. And then now we move to Central Asia. And we have, other, ambitions. And we have also ambitions across Poland. What it tells me is that our approach is to be let's say a steady hand, for delivering, quality, and value. I'm talking, in the tech, where value has often in the past years in the tech industry been forgotten, but the price kept going high. And this is something I don't believe in, because when I jump into a meeting with our partners, right, that we deliver this or that, if I get into the meeting and I feel that they are actually, feeling that they're paying more than what they're getting, I really, you know what I mean? That's one of the worst feeling you can have, ever, right? Yeah. And one thing I know is that either it's Aurel or it's Laurent or it's myself, when we usually always talk to our clients or our partners, we always, have that feeling that they feel that, okay, this is the guys I can, they're my safety thing. If something goes wrong, they are there to save. And I want that feeling to develop into, of course, more business, more, opportunities. But at the end of the day, that we really are, as we do it with you, and as I hope to do it also with other partners, right? We integrate ourselves as a steady hand also into the ecosystem and the community. This is why Webellian is one of the main partners of French Tech and helped us develop, and this partner also of the Institute Mother and Child, right? Where we're partner, of this medical institution to help them, push their topics. Because always that was the vision of Aurel and of, Laurent, is that we do tech for a purpose. If we don't do tech for a purpose, then fuck off, really simply, right? This is why Laurent, when he came to 42, was like, it's amazing what they do, but do they actually understand what goes beyond? And that was more about talking about what is beyond than it was, after. So for me right now, what I'm seeing is that we keep developing that way where money comes, but money comes in a way that basically we are proud of. And it's hard to say, I want it like this, but I know that feeling. I know the feeling of being proud of what you deliver. And I just hope that in the next 5 years, I just get prouder and prouder of what we're delivering. Because if that pride will grow, the business will grow, right? It goes together, right? So that's what I would see Webellian in 5 years. Do you think Aurel will be happy with that?
I'm pretty sure he will be happy. Let me tell you why. As long as we keep the vision, like no short-term contract, only like
Yeah.
a long partnership.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not about delivering
Exactly.
software or
Yeah.
something.
It's-
It's about
He hates that. Each time I come in, like, man, we have this opportunity. Yeah, fuck
No,
that,
no,
you know?
no.
I want long-term partners. I want people I stay with for a long time. You know, so,
Yeah,
okay. You know?
It's not about delivering like a software or a piece
Yeah.
of code. It's about like implementing like a long-term partnership. So
Yeah.
someone you can call in 5 years and be like,
Yeah, man. You
so-
build that for me, and I have an issue with it. Can you please fix it?
Yeah.
Yes, I can
Yes.
fix it.
Mhm.
Right? You know, this is where we are at, right? So,
Yeah.
That's why I'm here. That's why he's here.
Yeah.
And
yeah, we are around the vision, right? We will
Yeah,
build. Otherwise,
yeah.
we wouldn't jump in, yeah, because there is other works, you know. But here, it's about believing about what we do. But
it's all about the vision. Yeah.
and again,
We're
we
not
get
coding, so
and we get the freedom to bring you in
Yeah.
and share this, and that means the word, right?
Mm.
And so this is why I would like to really like close on this, great notes. I think that was, I mean, for us, it was a very fun episode. I don't know for you, but for us,
It was
We had a good time.
for us, we had a lot of fun. It was really, we were waiting for that to have you here. So guys, thank you a lot.
Thanks so much.
We expect to do more and more and more, on a monthly basis with 42, and we really hope to be, your special partner, and we're gonna keep pushing towards that. Everyone that doesn't know School 42, mom, check it out.
One, two, please.
No. So 42
what I was telling
Warsaw, check the network. If you're looking at us, if you're watching us not in Warsaw, most probably there is a 42
Yeah.
somewhere. Check it
Yeah.
out. If you are someone that is interested by that, either as a partner or as a student, we will put the links into the description,
usual.
and also your LinkedIn's and so on. So some partners can basically
Of
reach out to
Yeah.
you.
Of
We're very happy about that. We leave you the word at the end, but I wanted to tell you thank you, and I'm extremely proud to call myself your partner. And and you can always
Thank you.
reach out to us for anything. So please, the floor is yours to end the podcast.
Yeah, I'm super happy to be here, and actually, I'm really grateful that Laurent decided to
Complain and bitch and moan
complain and to come to me and say what and to find a date to actually come to the campus and meet our students,
Yeah.
because this is actually where the magic
Absolutely.
happens, and I'm really grateful that we did that. And it's also thanks to La French Tech, because it's all started like 2 years ago when we met at this first event in the campus. And I'm really happy to start this journey with you guys
Thank you. Appreciate
this
it.
year. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a thing of beginning of the thing.
No,
because,
yeah,
it's
no.
not continuing.
The
But now we have a
continuity,
paper for it.
exactly.
So now it's official.
Now it's official.
Now it's official.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The director liked it. we have a paper. Check.
Good.
Yeah, but this was quite amazing time. Like I know it was 2 hours or something, but it
Who
went,
counts?
it went so fast, and it's
2
also very
hours.
nice just to, because it's time also for us to think what we did
Yeah.
and where we
Absolutely.
are, also about the future.
Yeah.
I always afraid about question about the future. But thank you for
You did
this.
well.
But I
Yeah,
did
that
well.
was
Thank
actually
you.
pretty good, so-
So
We
thank
had
you
way
for
worse,
this.
so-
Yeah, and I'm so sure. And one more thing, it's always a pleasure to talk to people who understand what we are
Yeah,
doing.
yeah.
It changes
So-
from
Yeah.
trying to convince.
Yeah. So it was
Appreciate
just
that.
a pleasure. It's
Yeah.
very, very nice time. And I hope we'll see a lot this year.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Thank you. Let's go.
Oh,
She chugged it just before.